Hey there, welcome, and let's jump right in and get started with one of my favorite topics. We are going to start with a hydrating primer, which this is going to keep your makeup on all day long, fill in fine lines, pores, wrinkles, give you a really smooth canvas. Then I'm adding a eye primer on her lids because this will prevent creasing and also help make your eye look more bold. Now I'm going in with the BB cream, and this is a tinted moisturizer to give you a very light, natural finish with a dewy look. So it's awesome because it also creates that radiant, youthful glow, but it's a very light coverage. And wrinkles are caused due to dehydrated skin, so I love using this cream on more mature skin. It makes it look more radiant, youthful, and gives it a little drink of hydration as well. So another option is this is a spray foundation, and I'm using a kabuki brush. As you can see, it's a fuller coverage, so you're not going to see those dark circles, those age spots. It gives a very full coverage. So this is the main difference between the two applications. I also am going to use the liquid foundation on the side as well, so you can see that it gives a little more coverage, but not quite as much coverage as the spray foundation. But this is buildable, so you're able to get more coverage as desired. And now I'm going in with a foundation stick, which is a creamy stick that dries to a matte finish. I love this, it's very blendable, and it also provides a fuller coverage for those of you that maybe want a little more of a full coverage to even out your skin tone and conceal dark spots. Now I'm going to come in with a concealer, and this concealer is in a shade 2 shades lighter than her foundation color, and the purpose of this is to highlight. So as you'll notice, I am going in on the inner corner of her eye that tends to get a little darkness to it, along with dark circles that go underneath your eye. And the technique that I'm using is an upside down triangle underneath the eye because that helps disperse the light away from the dark circles. If you would like a more elaborated tutorial on highlighting, definitely check out my makeup page. But I also use the concealer for her eyelids because they are a little darkened, and this really helps brighten up her eyes, make her look more awake and more brightened in the face. As you're going to see, it's going to make her look like she's a little washed out here at first as we get just a basic neutral canvas for us to work with. And we are going to come back in and add some contour with a darker shade. But right now I'm just going back in with that blending bud that's damp and just pressing out those lines to blend out her concealer. And you guys are going to notice this is going to start adding more dimension to her face by chiseling out her features. And now for the fun part, we're going to go back in, add some color, add some dimension, and add some shadows. So I am using a powder in a shade that is 2 shades darker than her foundation shade. If you have more mature skin, I would recommend using a cream for this. I'm using a powder at the moment, but powders tend to settle a little bit more so than a cream, and so it can actually accentuate your wrinkles if you have more wrinkles and fine lines. So I'm just going right underneath her cheekbones, around those edges of her forehead, and then I'm going to go underneath her jawline and the edges of her nose. And this is going to give her face that dimension, those false shadows. It's really going to chisel out those features and make it look like she has cheekbones and a jawline that stands out, keeps her from looking like she has a double chin, and just make sure that you blend it really well so you don't have that dreaded makeup line. So once we get this contouring done, you want to make sure that you blend really well. So I just have a blending brush here, and I'm going in and just lightly touching up those edges that are a little more sharp, high contrast to blend it and make it look more like a natural shadow. This is one of the key ingredients to contouring and highlighting. You want to make sure that you have a very nice blend so that it looks natural, not like you drew lines on your face. Look how gorgeous that looks. You're going to go in with a finishing translucent setting powder, and this powder is awesome because it does not settle, but it also works really well to keep your makeup put all day. I put this on top of anywhere that I put a concealer because that's going to just set it and keep it mattified, but it also is awesome because it fills in your pores, so it gives you an extra airbrush finish. It's my favorite. Look at that. A common question I get is about blush, and there are certain shades that go better with certain skin tones, but a mauve is usually a easy one that kind of complements every skin tone. So you're just going to smile, and where those apples of your cheeks are, you're just going to dust blush lightly and then blend that in for a really soft, rosy finish. Then I'm going to go in, this is a cream luminizer. It goes on cream and dries to a powder. It's amazing because it's a perfect size for giving you that area right there on your cheekbone to highlight with. And then you just blend it with your finger or a blending bud, and it gives your cheeks this glorious glow, and I love it so much. It gives a little radiant hint, and you can also put it down the center of your nose, on your nasal bridge, above your cupid's bow, and on your chin. And this just adds a whole new feature to your face. Now I'm going to go in with a powder eyeshadow. This is in the shade Jealous, and I'm using a blending brush, and I'm just dusting all over the lid, all the way up to the crease. And then I'm going in with Gingerly, which is a caramel shade, which is a little darker, and I'm doing the outer V of the eye. And this is giving the eye a little bit more dimension and also making it stand out. So if you have more deep set eyes, you're going to want to stay away from those darker eyeshadows because that's going to make your eyes look more sunken. I highly recommend using cream and liquid eyeshadows. This is our cream eyeshadow in the shade Elegant, which is a shimmer champagne. It is really awesome for making your eyelids brighten and stand out. But for a date night or a more bold look, I love the liquid eyeshadow. This is in the shade Ornate. So you can just apply it with the applicator and then go in with a cream shadow brush and just blend those edges so you have this really gorgeous date night look as well. And now I'm going to go in with the pressed eyeshadow in the shade Laid Back, which is a pearl satin. And I love using this for a highlight on the brow bone because it just blends everything together while also giving it a soft highlight. And then I'm going back in and just blending those edges out again so we don't have any harsh lines. Can't tell where one shade goes to another. It just looks soft and pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? She's so adorable. And then I'm going to use my angled brush here to go underneath the lash line with that same shade Gingerly. And the reason I use a powder underneath is because I find that it is softer while also making those lashes, the eyes look bigger. So you just softly blend that out, and then you can go back in with a pencil liner and go right along that lower lash line, and it's going to make your lashes look fuller underneath. This is one of my favorite techniques. Just smudge that out just a little bit, and it makes your lashes look fuller and also makes you look more awake. So now I'm going to go in with a mascara. She has eyelash extensions, so we're not going to put on falsies, and she has a special mascara for her extensions. So you're applying this on. Mascara is obviously a really good way to just brighten your eyes because as you get older, you lose lashes. And then another tip is to go in with liquid eyeliner. So liquid eyeliner is awesome because you can be very precise with how thick you are making it. You can see that makes her lashes look thicker and fuller. I'm actually going to go in and tightline. And this is a technique where I grab a pencil liner and I'm basically going along where her lashes meet her waterline. You guys can see the difference that that makes. It fills in any gaps that she has, makes her lashes look fuller and thicker. Now we are going to be using the eyebrow palette. This is one of my favorite little things for makeup. So basically when you are shaping your eyebrows, to know where they should end, you put a liner along the edge of your nostril and the outer corner of your eye, and that helps you know where your eyebrows should end. As you get older, you're going to start losing eyelashes and your eyebrows, so it's really important for you to fill because this is going to make you look younger, but it's also going to frame your face better. It's a really easy trick because our expressions are through our eyebrows, so it's very important to have those filled. Look how much different that looks, just subtle changes. So I'm going in and just filling along where her natural hairline is. I'm drawing a line underneath where her hairs are, and then I'm brushing the hairs down and going along the top where her hairline is as well. Now I'm using the flat end and using the cream of the palette and going underneath those brows, and that gives me a really clean cut, nice edge with the cream and also highlights at the same time. I love this palette because I feel like it just makes so much difference in creating a very natural brow, but also helping you just make a youthful look as well. So I'm just going in, this is a Brow Artist brush as well, and I like to use the darker shade for underneath the eyebrow hairs and then the lighter shades towards the beginning of the eyebrows. And now I'm going to go in with a lip liner. This is in the shade Pouty, and I love these because they are smudge proof, water resistant, but they also provide a really nice boundary for providing lipstick. So this is a pretty mauve nude, and to make your lips look a little bit bigger, it also is helpful to outline your lips just a little bit outside their natural line. And then I'm going in with our liquid lipstick. This is a velvety smooth lipstick that has a very natural shade to it. It's in the shade Subtle. I love this for a natural look. But if you want a more fun look, a more date night look, I love Successful too. It goes with Jessica's skin tone really well. And this is more of a dark rose mauve. Isn't that pretty? And then she asked me if as you get older, if a red lip is still okay, and absolutely. So I'm using the lip liner in the shade Primal, and then the liquid lipstick in the shade Sizzling. And I'm a firm believer you can rock a red lip whatever age you want. There's something powerful about red lipstick, and Jessica absolutely rocks it. So it's super fun, and I love how this looks on her. If you want to make your lips look a little fuller as they start to thin out, you can go in with a lighter lipstick or a little bit of a light concealer just to the center of your lips and blend it, and it'll make an ombre/fuller effect. Now I'm going to go in with our setting spray and spray her, and this is going to keep everything put, everything looking gorgeous. And here she is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you really did enjoy it, you can find more of my work and book services or look for products at my website at www.heathersratliff.com. Thanks so much and have a great day.